Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. Piracy at sea is older than modern shipping. But the problem became painfully visible again when armed groups began attacking merchant vessels across busy trade routes near the Horn of Africa, the Gulf of Aden, and the wider Indian Ocean. For crews aboard tankers, container ships, fishing vessels, and aid ships, the danger was not just stolen cargo. It was kidnapping, injury, isolation, and months of fear while families waited for news. The human cost of Somali piracy was documented in a report released by the International Maritime Bureau and Oceans Beyond Piracy, showing that piracy is not a distant crime against ships alone. It affects seafarers who may be held hostage in brutal conditions, ship owners who pay for delays in protection, and global trade networks that depend on open sea lanes. A single hijacking can interrupt schedules, raise insurance costs, force ships onto longer routes, and put rescue forces under pressure across thousands of miles of ocean. There is no simple wall that can stop pirates in international waters. The ocean is too wide, shipping lanes are too busy, and small boats can hide among fishing traffic until they close in. That is why anti-piracy defense combines intelligence, patrols, training, boarding teams, aircraft, merchant ship procedures, and international cooperation. The first goal is detection. The second is deterrence. The final one, if pirates get close enough, is rapid interception. Navy and Coast Guard counter-piracy training prepares crews for that moment. Boarding teams rehearse moving from a patrol vessel toward a suspect boat, approaching with weapons ready, giving commands, securing ladders, controlling the deck, separating people, checking compartments, and searching for weapons or hostages. Speed matters, but discipline matters more. A pirate skiff may carry rifles, ladders, fuel cans, grappling hooks, and frightened or desperate men. Boarding forces must stop the threat without losing control of the scene. One of the more unusual ideas explored by the Navy was using submarines in the counter-piracy fight. Submarines are built around stealth, endurance, and surprise. They can watch maritime traffic without advertising their position, gather intelligence, and support special operations forces in areas where surface ships may be observed first. Training with USS Georgia demonstrated Marines working with a submarine as combat rubber raiding craft were launched, giving small teams a hidden way to move from an undersea platform toward a maritime objective. The concept is powerful because pirates depend on surprise. A submarine reverses that advantage. With periscopes, masts, sensors, communications gear, and quiet movement below the surface, it can observe without drawing the same attention as a destroyer. Bridge and periscope operations aboard ballistic missile submarines like USS Wyoming show how carefully submariners manage awareness, navigation, and surface contacts. In anti-piracy support, the submarine does not replace patrol ships. It adds an unseen layer, helping commanders understand who is moving, where suspicious craft gather, and when special teams may need to appear suddenly from the sea itself. Still, the hardest part remains identification. A small wooden boat may be a fisherman in trouble or an attack team waiting for darkness. Crews must study behavior, equipment, speed, course, and distress calls before acting. That uncertainty is why training repeats the same steps again and again until sailors can shift from watching to intercepting without confusion. Above all, Anti-piracy work protects ordinary crews whose ships carry food, fuel, medicine, grain, vehicles, and raw materials across routes no nation can fully police alone. These missions show why ocean security depends on constant watchfulness, not one perfect weapon or one patrol across every sea. Military intervention against piracy depends on presence. A warship in a dangerous sea lane can escort vulnerable traffic, answer distress calls, launch helicopters, deploy boarding teams, and coordinate with other navies. During operations involving USS Boxer, the ship became a mobile command and response platform, using aircraft, small boats, Marines, and sailors to project control across the water. An amphibious ship carries medical spaces, communications, aviation capability, and embarked forces, making it useful when pirates threaten merchant crews far from shore. International patrols also became essential. NATO's counter-piracy mission showed how multinational forces could take turns guarding shipping lanes, sharing information, and keeping pressure on pirate groups. The final NATO pirate hunters operated in a sea space where the challenge was not one battle, but constant surveillance. A suspicious contact might appear as a fast-moving skiff, a mothership towing smaller boats, or a vessel ignoring warnings near a merchant ship. Patrol crews had to judge intent while staying inside international law. The boarding mission is one of the most demanding parts of that response. Marines with the 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit's Maritime Raid Force conducted visit, board, search, and seizure training during Alligator Dagger 2017 inches the U.S. 5th Fleet Area of Operations. They practiced aboard USS Lewis B. Puller and a merchant vessel, preparing to capture and control a suspected enemy vessel in order to combat terrorism, piracy, and smuggling at sea. The process starts before the first boot touches the target. The team receives intelligence, studies the vessel, assigns roles, checks weapons, prepares communications, and loads into helicopters or small craft. Once alongside, the first group climbs or fast ropes aboard, secures the entry point, and immediately controls the deck. Other members clear stairwells, bridge spaces, engine rooms, living areas, storage holds, and hidden compartments. Every doorway is a risk because pirates or smugglers can hide weapons, destroy evidence, or use hostages as shields. African partner training is equally important because piracy is fought closest to the coasts where it grows. During Cutlass Express 2021 at Lascales Marina in Djibouti, Djiboutian, Somalian, Comorian, and U.S. service members practiced VBSS procedures. These simulated scenarios were designed to improve regional cooperation, maritime domain awareness, and information sharing across East African and Western Indian Ocean nations. The goal was to strengthen the entire network that detects and disrupts illicit maritime activity. NATO readiness testing pushed the same idea at a larger level. Counter-piracy flagships rehearsed communication, ship handling, command decisions, and boarding procedures so crews could react quickly when a real distress call came. Rescue training also became part of the system. In Djibouti, the 82nd Expeditionary Rescue Squadron and French forces responded to a simulated anti-piracy scenario, practicing maritime rescue procedures and partner coordination. This matters because anti-piracy missions do not end when pirates are stopped. Hostages may need medical care. Suspects must be searched and secured. Evidence must be photographed and preserved. Merchant crews must be calmed, counted, and sometimes evacuated. Boats may need to be destroyed or turned over to authorities. Every action has legal and diplomatic weight. The most successful interventions combine patience with sudden action. Patrols may watch for days. Aircraft may track from above. Coalition centers may share reports, and boarding forces may wait out of sight. Then, when a threat is confirmed, helicopters lift, boats launch, warnings may be issued, and armed teams move fast. Piracy is defeated less by one dramatic strike than by constant pressure that makes the ocean harder for attackers to use. That pressure protects sailors whose mission is moving fuel, food, vehicles, and cargo across the world. Commercial ships cannot wait for a warship whenever a suspicious boat closes in. Crews use protection measures to delay, discourage, and survive. The first defense is surveillance. Lookouts scan the horizon, bridge teams monitor radar, and crews compare small craft movement against normal traffic patterns. A boat that changes course repeatedly, closes at high speed, or carries ladders and extra fuel may trigger an alert. Once the alarm is raised, the ship begins defensive movement. Speed increases if possible. The bridge may alter course to create wake and make boarding harder. Crew members move to safe positions. Outside doors are locked and access points are secured. Communications teams call nearby vessels, maritime security centers, and naval forces. In high-risk areas, ships may follow recommended corridors so patrol forces can monitor them. Pirates often rely on speed and shock. If they cannot get aboard quickly, the attack becomes more dangerous for them and gives defenders more time. Water cannons are another non-lethal tool. High-pressure streams can force small boats away, knock down ladders, make decks slippery, and keep attackers from getting a stable hold. The system may be fixed to the rail or handled by crew members from protected positions. It does not sink a pirate boat, but it can ruin the short window pirates need to climb aboard. Some commercial vessels use non-lethal traps and obstacles, including trailing lines, anti-boarding booms, and devices meant to foul propellers or keep skiffs from pressing close to the hull. The idea is not to fight like a warship. It is to delay, create distance, and make boarding too difficult before help arrives. Many vessels also prepare a citadel, a secure internal room where the crew can retreat if pirates board. Inside, they may have communications, emergency supplies, and controls that allow them to disable the ship or continue calling for help. A lockdown crew denies pirates immediate hostage control and gives naval forces a clearer rescue problem. These measures work best when rehearsed. Crew members must know who sounds the alarm, who secures doors, who starts pumps, who calls for help, and who moves to the citadel. A confused response wastes minutes. A practiced one turns a merchant ship into a hard target. From submarines and boarding teams to water cannons and razor wire, the fight against piracy is a layered defense. The ocean is too large for one method, so navies, coast guards, crews, and partners share the burden. And since pirates target isolated, slow, and unprepared ships, the answer is simple: readiness, cooperation, and enough resistance to make an attack fail before it can be successfully completed. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.